I'm Kristine Leahy, and it's another edition of Best Thing I Heard This Week. Bruce Feldman gave us more insight into this year's top QB prospects.
Carson Wentz appears to be the first quarterback that's going to be taken, probably two by Cleveland. Your interpretation of Carson Wentz and how the weekend went for him.
Very well. One of the quarterback coaches I talked to on Friday night said, he kind of reminds me of a guy from like an old frontiersman. You could see him hunting bears. You know, he just has that kind of vibe about him. People liked him.
Big, strong.
Big, strong. You know, no real questions about character. Just kind of an old school tough guy. Jared Goff, you know, some of the guys I talked to think he is the more sure thing of all the quarterbacks in here. A couple of big things with him. He has two things going for him that I think would separate him from a lot of other guys. And one, he's very accurate. The other thing is he sees the field very well.
Yeah.
The only hesitation a couple of people I talked to had on him is they would like him to be physically bigger,
yes.
like thicker.
So would I, yes.
Yeah, look, he's only 21. He won't turn 22. He may fill out a little more. I think Jared Goff is a very good quarterback prospect.
Von Miller talked playing with Peyton Manning.
He's definitely one of the guys. I mean, when I was down and out, he was the guy that was texting me after every game. You know, I remember the Ravens game. He threw 7 touchdowns, and I remember getting the text from Peyton Manning saying, you know, we miss you, can't wait to have you back. So he's definitely a team guy. If you're on that 53-man roster, you know, he's aware of you, got your number. You know, he's gonna remember everything about you. You know, and he's still going to be Peyton Manning. He's still going to be the leader that you need to, you know, to lead the organization to a Super Bowl.
Richard Lewis was on the couch and compared Larry David's classic sitcoms.
Seinfeld gets all the credit. Curb Your Enthusiasm, remarkable as it is, isn't in that Seinfeld sphere among the public. Does it bother you?
I don't give a no. I was grateful to be on the show with an old buddy, and you know, they're very different shows, but there's not even a comparison. It's like, you know, comparing Richard Pryor to a lesser comedian. I really think that the second show that Larry did was a breakthrough show. Look, Seinfeld is a phenomenal show. It's a phenom all over the world.
Yeah, it's a phenomenon.
It's a phenomenon, and rightfully so.
Yes, absolutely.
But what it didn't come close to hitting the areas that the second show did.
Daniel Cormier let us know who he's taking in McGregor versus Diaz.
As I pick wrestlers, I am fiercely loyal to where I am from. So, I'm actually taking Nate Diaz. I'm taking Nate Diaz. He's from Stockton. I live in San Jose. I don't want all the people from the Bay Area getting after me because I didn't pick a Bay Area boy. I think Nate has the style to give him a lot of problems. You know, Connor is great, but he's also the bigger guy. This fight, he will not be the bigger guy. Nate Diaz looked much bigger than him in the stare-off. Nate is a volume puncher, but Nate doesn't necessarily have the knockout power that McGregor possesses, even though he's smaller. You see Nate Diaz beat people on activity. You see him beat them because he puts so much pressure on them they kind of wilt. We've never seen McGregor deal with anybody that comes forward after him in the way that Nate is going to. And Nate's fought at 70 before. He's taller. He can fight at range. Taking Nate Diaz.
And Dominique Wilkins shared why he thinks the Warriors are so dominant this season.
What they have that a lot of teams don't have is 5 or 6 guys, maybe even 7, who can shoot the ball from deep. They play a unique style of basketball that a lot of people can't play. And I think where people make a mistake with the Golden State Warriors is trying to play their game. They're the best at playing their game. Yeah. And you got one of the best point guard, the best point guard probably in the league right now, Steph Curry. And so those guys don't care who get the heroics. They don't care who get the accolades on their team. They are a unstoppable unit together. And so they play a unique style of basketball that you haven't seen before, and that's a total perimeter game. And if you're going to try to play their game, you're going to lose.
This has been Best Thing I Heard This Week. Tune in weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1.